here to burn a shower credit at the Loves. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, I got a story to tell y'all about a rookie move I made yesterday. But before I get to that, I want y'all to listen to this. Listen to these words from Hapana. They're words that I actually live by. So check it out.
I'm Yankton, Dakota. Amongst my people, we tell who we are. We tell our nation. We have identity. We have a belonging with the people. I am the second son of my father. This is who I am. My people, the Yanktone, the keepers of the pipestone, part of the great Dakota nation. We ask the question, who am I? Each to ourselves. Seek to understand the questions, not to know the answers. The great mystery of time. As we ask the question, who am I? What does it mean? Do I look within myself to find who am I? Or do I search without to find who am I? Do I find myself in competition with my brother to acquire great wealth, to acquire great knowledge? Or do I look within myself and look back to the times of my ancestors? Amongst our people, the drum, the heartbeat of our mother, the one that brings life to the circle. When the drum talks to me, I join that circle of life. It gives special feeling to my heart. It makes me want to walk in a certain way. It makes me want to act in a certain way. When I enter the circle of life and I see the children, the feelings there, my heart soars like a hawk. Who am I looks back and realizes that with the children, we are what we are. The elders come, join the circle of life, and I look to them. Again, the soaring heart looks to them and sees the knowledge and the understanding, the compassion, the perseverance. To find who am I requires that I look within and I look without. Not to set myself in a certain place, not to project beyond where I am, and to say to find true places in life, true places of understanding, that I must be like someone else, for I can only be me. The teachings of the ancestors go to that place in the West. Look within yourself. Find who you are. When you find who you are, then you can walk in life and understand the wisdom that is shared with you by the medicine animals. As you gain this wisdom, you can look beyond tomorrow and the next day. As you walk in life, shares not only goodness for yourself, but goodness for your children and their children to the 7th generation. When these things are taught to you, and you looked within yourself and found the wisdom, and you find the place in the East that gives you the ability to look beyond, then you have the innocence and trust to walk in life. You find fulfillment. As the young children come into the circle, they share with us innocence and trust. The elders share with us the wisdom. The other things we must earn ourselves. I see within the elders, within their eyes, the wrinkles on their face, the faded color in their hair, their hands, and their feet that have walked in many circles, and their hands that have held many children, and many implements of life. And they extend them to me. and share with me the circle of life, I find who I am. But it still does not answer the question. Who am I? Hapana of the Yankton, Dakota. I'm a man. I'm a child. And as a result, I will become an elder. Each passing day draws me closer to that circle. When I enter that circle, I hope to give strength to the circle as it gives strength to me. Having walked in the circle of life, listening to the mother's heartbeat, I've experienced the circle of life, the tragedies, the victories, the joys, the defeats, the laughter, the sadness. As we walk in life, we must look at all parts of life, because it is what makes us whole. This is what teaches us to be warriors. We stand and face life alone, or we stand and face it together. The tragedies teach me compassion. The victories teach me empathy. The sadness teaches me that I must enjoy my laughter when it comes. Who am I? If I'm but a child and a man and one day hope to become an elder and stand in a special place within that circle of life, I must learn to give. Give of what I have been given. Share with all the people. Not only the gifts of the Great Spirit, but the gifts that I can find on my own. The ability to walk in places and stand strong because of what I am and who I am. To be proud of my teaching. To be proud of what the elders shared with me. Not an arrogant pride, but a pride of understanding. I need not to explain to anyone why sometimes the beads and the feathers, the things that the four-legged ones give to me and their gifts, have so much meaning to me. I do not have to act like an Indian, for I am an Indian. It is written in my soul. I feel the pride that tells me that one day I'll walk as a spirit. My soul will join the forces of the wind. My soul will be in the saps of the trees. My blood will be in the rivers. My bones will return to the earth. When I go to walk among the stars, and I come to that place, and they will ask me my name, and where I came from, and I can tell them, and I can join the ancestors. Life becomes good, because I walk in the natural flow, the natural existence, which says we all are born, we all live life, we all die. We walk through the seasons of life, and the spring and the birth, the beginning. Well, the only thing I can do is extend my hand. In the summer, when as a youth I learned to run, wishing to be like the wind. And in the fall, when I look to become an elder, join the circle of life, to share, to give away. And in the winter, when the coldness comes, and I go to join the ancestors, through that journey in life, through the seasons of life, to know who I am becomes important. Because if I do not know who I am, I cannot experience, I cannot understand, and therefore I cannot share and give away. If you ask yourself this question, who am I? You must go back to the teachings, to the ways of our ancestors. Go to those places on the wheel of life, in the sacred circle. Look within. Accept yourself as what you are, a true being. Look to wisdom, wisdom of the elders, wisdom of creation. It teaches us much. Take this wisdom and the knowledge of self and look to tomorrow and the day beyond that. Walk with innocence and trust. Walk with empathy and understanding. Walk with compassion. The red road, it is a hard road because it requires much of us. Strength is found not only in weapons of war, in our physical being, in our intellect, in our ability to understand, but strength is found in warmth and compassion and understanding. If I do not have these, I become as nothing. I become as the stone. The stones give us guidance. The stones give us places to stand. The stones create a foundation, but they're cold and unforgiving. They will break my bones. They will scar my body. With them I can make great weapons of war. I must be like the grass. I must be like the weeds and the flowers. I must be like the tree. For the tree stands and gives to all of us. Never ask anything in return, except the honor and respect that we should give it. He shares with us his life. He gives a home and food and shelter to the feathered ones that provide us with songs, that provide us with direction, that provide us with food. He gives shelter and food and guidance to the four-legged ones who become our companions, and they share with us their being. They share with us their sustenance, and they share with us their spirit. From the tree we take his limbs, his arms, and make our tools and implements and weapons of war. From his arms we make logs that build shelters for us, that cook our meals and warm our bodies. The tree may stand alone, or he may stand with many. He gives us protection against the wind on the cold days. He gives us shade in the hot summer. He gives us guidance. He stands on the hill as a sentinel, says, "Come towards me," as the sun fades or walks in one direction or another. He gives to us all that he has, and he has nothing in return, for he finds fulfillment, purpose in what he shares with us, because he shares with us his life. We must learn that. When we have learned that, and we learn to walk that road, we no longer need to question, who am I? We only question, what do I do with what I've been given? And if we truly know the answer to who am I, then we don't even ask those questions. We just do as our ancestors have done.
I made a rookie mistake yesterday that I was so fortunate to get out of, but let me give you a little backstory, because usually there's a good reason why you make a mistake. There's a reason why it's a mistake, because human error. The error was I was in a rush. So I get unloaded yesterday. The next load, I had to get there by 5, and it was it was 230 miles away. And man, I had to wash my behind. I was stinking really bad. So I swing in and take a shower real quick. I've got to get a scale ticket, got to get fuel, and I've got to get a trailer wash out. All of this time. It's like, I've got just enough time to make it. So I go in there, scrub it up a little bit, get some motion lotion, get an empty scale ticket, go down the road, go wash my truck, or go wash the trailer. I saw Ernest down there at the wash bay, and inside joke. I was going to get there a few minutes before 5, and that's what I wanted to do. There was a couple of traffic backups where it's like, man, I was just going to get there just minutes before 5. Too close to comfort. And I punched in the address on my Google Earth, and what I was doing, I was picking up at this farm. This was a farm that I was picking up out of. And I was like, okay, I see the facility right here. This road takes me in. Good to go. So I just punch it in on the GPS, and there I go. You know where I'm going. Yes, you're correct. So I get into Newport, Tennessee. Now, I was not picking up out of ConAgra, but a lot of y'all have either delivered or picked up to ConAgra in Newport, Tennessee. So maybe y'all know. I was not. This was a farm. And the address showed on this certain road. Like, okay, I saw a facility there, and that's what it was. So I go down, I make this right-hand turn. It says, trucks, this is not the way to ConAgra. Do not follow your GPS. I'm not going to ConAgra. That doesn't apply to me. I'm going down through here, and the road's getting narrower and narrower and narrower. And there's like this golf course right through there, and then here's a power line. And this is when I was really knowing that, hey, this is so not the way that I'm going, because this is power line in the right lane where I need to be in, because it's only like a little 2-lane little road, skinny too, and hilly and a little windy. And there's this power line that runs about 100 yards, maybe 200 yards, somewhere around in there, that's running right in the middle of the middle lane, but it's only like 10 feet tall. Like, well, I don't want to hit that. I don't want to take that with me. So I get in the left lane and ride it and just pray. Keep my fingers crossed that there's no oncoming traffic, because if it is, we're in trouble. We're going to hit somebody, because there's this hill coming up on this narrow road, and that was not going to be pretty. Luckily, no one was coming. So I go down there, and you see houses and stuff, nice houses, but the road is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. The GPS tells me to turn down this way. I look down there, I can't make that turn. I'm going to tear up this guy's bushes. Yeah. So the GPS said that there was another road, maybe a half a mile down the road, that I could turn down. I'm going to take that one. So I go. And it was equally, well, the turn itself wasn't bad. It's just looking down into that road. That was a 1-lane road. Only one car. I said one car can fit down that road. Here I am with the semi. Now I could go straight, however there's a dead end, because by then I'm looking down at the Google Maps and looking down Google Earth, and yeah, that one ended up in someone's driveway. So I make the turn, and then so I'm on this little trail. Okay, this is a trail. It's paved, but it's a trail. And by this time, I am cussing myself. I say, I can't believe I'm doing this. I can't believe I didn't study harder, but I was so much in a rush. And I just can't believe that I make this stupid decision after all these years. I'm sitting there telling people, trip plan, don't use a GPS and all this. And I was just like furious at myself. There's in the back of my mind, I was sitting there thinking, this would make a good video, but I was so busy, and I tell you what, folks, I was shaking. I was both mad and scared. I was actually scared to see what was going to happen. Hopefully this road ended up where I need to go, and hopefully I could get out of this mess. I'm telling you, even that little trail was getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I'm like, So there's this turn, and I could tell on the Google Earth that road was a little wider. I'm like, maybe I could get, because this is actually the road that I need to be on to get to my pickup. So if I can make it down to this turn, that'd be great. So I get to the turn, I gotta turn right. There was 2 big trees right there on each side. One on this corner, one on the other corner, and on the other side of that those trees was a very, very, very narrow bridge. Only one car can fit on it. But I can't make that right-hand turn. But I'm looking at it. I can make the left-hand turn. So I did. I made the left-hand turn. But I gotta go right. You see where I'm going with this? I said, screw it. I got 1.5 miles to get to my destination. If I have to back up for 1.5 miles, that's what I was going to do. And guess what? I turned left. I started backing up. Cars started to come. I got over, let them pass. One guy stopped. It was a good old boy redneck. But he didn't know where I was going. Because by that time, I was asking questions. Do you know where this place is at? Because it's supposed to be going down here, right? Down this road. It's like, no, there's no place like that down this road. There's a fish farm down there. It's like, no, I'm not picking up fish. I'm picking up tomatoes. No, there's a fish farm. That's all there is down there. Are you going to ConAgra? Like, no, I'm not going to ConAgra. And said, well, there's a fish farm down here, and there is a highway, and I think it's in a 72, 73 or something, little road over here, but you know, you got to hit this bridge and go over there. But either one thing, you got to back up to go there, and I was committed to backing up already, or you could go down here and turn around. Definitely, he said this, do not go by the golf course and all that. They will write you a ticket. That road's not even made for a dump truck. Like, I just went through that road. I made it. And I didn't get a ticket. I didn't hit nothing. So he said, well, there's a little turnaround up here about 1/2 mile. You follow me, I'll take you to it. And that's what I did. I followed that guy. He was going to play golf at that golf course. And I followed that guy, and he said, here it is, turn around. So I was able to turn around. I pulled in, backed out, and that way I could go forward. I found the bridge, I could get on the highway, and I said the thing that I was going to do is go to ConAgra, because surely they would know where this place is at, because it wasn't on this road. Only farm that was on this road was a fish farm. So I go to the ConAgra. The lady there, she was new to the area, and she had no idea where I was going. But she said, you know, there's some trucks going down the road from this way. It's like, okay, well, I'm going to go down this road. That's what I did. I turned around, went down that little road, little 2-lane road there that was made for a truck. Go down through there, and I was like, I looked on the GPS or on the Google. I said, maybe this is the farm, because by then I'm guessing where this place is at. Maybe this could be the farm. So I stopped in that road. There's a redneck right behind me, and I stopped. This is a place to turn to where it looks like a farm, but obviously I can't make this turn. So this is not the right place. When I stopped there in the road, the redneck that kind of came around me, I waved him around. He stopped. He says, where are you going, driver? I says, I'm going to Smoky Mountain Family Farms. He says, oh, it's right up here. You can't miss it. Just about maybe 1/2 mile. It's like, okay. That's the first person that told me they knew where it was at. So I'll go up there, and finally it was there, and I did not hit anything besides a few branches. And I got out of that mess. Oh, wow. All these years I've been preaching about, you know, not trusting your GPS, and here I am. I'm in a rush to get down there. I ended up being 30 minutes late. Place was supposed to be closed down at 5, and luckily enough for me, there was 2 trucks in there, and there was a good old boy, redneck, sitting there loading that stuff up, and he was like, yeah, man, after these 2, man, I'll get you. I said, you know, you got the wrong address on your little thing there. He said, yeah, I know. We need to fix that. Oh, man. What an experience that was. It took me back to being a rookie. Because that was the same rookie mistake that I made in the past when I was a rookie. 15 years in, still make rookie mistakes. I know I'm not the only one, but I just figured I'd share this with y'all, and maybe it was just a reminder. Just a reminder. If y'all could get something out of this besides laughing at me, if there's any kind of reminder out there for you, don't get in too much of a rush to take your GPS for granted. Always research where you're going, and I'm preaching myself there too. Hopefully you can learn something from me and my mistake. And I wish I filmed it all. It'd be great, but at that time it was like the last thing on my mind. It would have been a great video, but let's just face it, I did not know, and I was committed to doing this. You make that turn, you're committed, you can't get out of it, and it's like you're just praying that there's a way out. And I had to squeeze my way out. I had to, you know, pray to the Lord above, saying, hey man, help me out, and he did. Send some good people to help me out, and everything was good to go, and I have a story to tell. But I wasn't laughing then. I was shaking, I was sweating, I was borderline panicking, you know. I was definitely cussing myself. It's like, oh, Ike, gosh, how could you do something so stupid? Anyways, hey, thanks for watching. Talk to y'all later. 73.